Hey y'all, and welcome to my channel. So today we're going to discuss Tyler Perry's Netflix series called Beauty in Black. Now, before I begin, disclaimer. I am absolutely mortified that I actually sat through and watched the series in its entirety. Now, I didn't watch it because it was oh so good, child. I kept hoping that it would get better, and sadly, it never did. By the time I realized it, child, I was in too deep. First off, I'm just going to give a little piece of Tyler Perry's background and how he exploded onto the scene in the black media. Tyler Perry has always, in the past, prided himself on being a man of strong faith and often credited God for his massive success. Tyler Perry the stage plays were a success and they kept on coming. And finally, after years of hard work, sold out shows, encores, and DVD sales, Tyler Perry had arrived. In 2005, Tyler Perry made his big screen debut in the theaters with his adaptation of his stage play called Diary of a Mad Black Woman.
You want this half? You want this half?
We got to see us. I mean, really see us. Our AAVE, our colloquialisms, music, and stories after almost a decade of an absence of an all-black star-studded cast in theaters. Finally, year after year of producing one hit right after the other, something happens. In 2020, Forbes officially welcomed Tyler Perry into the Black Billionaires Club. I knew then that the content would soon change for the worse, as they usually tend to do, along with following some other trends. In my opinion, I just do not believe that you make it to that level without selling your Christian values and beliefs. I believe you have to screw some people over and engage into some dark behavior and make alliances with some unfavorable and shady businessmen in the Hollywood arena. Amongst that trend, we often hear of weird allegations surrounding the world's favorite and richest people. Diddy already told us many moons ago that with more money comes more problems, and right now, he is living proof of that. We often hear of sex rituals that involve children, animals, and abuse, because once you have that much power and money, you have everything at your fingertips, and eventually that life becomes boring. There is a new high and new challenges that warrants these people to go above and beyond to satisfy themselves by engaging in very forbidding activities and go on to make inside jokes about it and sometimes disguising them in their work. Now, I am not the one to go off of pure speculation and conjecture, but we have noticed that when certain figures begin to try to crawl their way into the Billionaires Club, we start seeing them denounce the name of Jesus Christ, although they've, mentioned God and Jesus before in their past. We've heard Oprah do it before becoming a billionaire, and Steve Harvey even professed to his millions of followers that you really don't need Jesus to make it into heaven. Now, he's far from a billionaire, but baby, he tried it. But they say as long as you're a good person, you're good. Well, in my faith, I simply do not believe that to be true. According to the Gospels, Jesus Christ is the way, the truth, and the life. And that's on who? Mary and Joseph. Beauty in Black is a story about three young adults trying to escape a life of human trafficking that they were lured into in order to avoid a prison sentence from a decision they made while they were very young adults, still in their late teens. This trafficking ring is headed by one of the patriarch who runs the black-owned 100-year-old beauty empire called Beauty in Black, who's facing a lawsuit from cancer patients linking back to their products. Okay, so let's get into it. First of all, the amount of pornography and vulgarity in this series was absolutely insane. It was all over the place and so extremely unnecessary. Like, exactly what was the point? Tyler Perry attempting to write a bunch of curse words in his script sounded like a 12-year-old who just discovered curse words. It was very cringy and slightly embarrassing. It felt very unnatural, forced, and weird. And once again, I just kept thinking, this is all really, really gross. It's out of order. One of these things are not like the other. Which one? And again, I'm just like, child, what was the entire point of this? And another thing that grinded my gears is, what is Tyler Perry's obsession with black female trauma? I feel like in the beginning, as I stated earlier, it was, to me, it was like encouraging, it was motivating to get these stories out there and actually face them and discuss them. Now I feel like his whole MO has changed, and I feel like he is intentionally triggering black women. I'm just not understanding why one production or every other production there is always some type of storyline of pitting black mothers against their daughters, the child being assaulted by men in the household that's being allowed by their mothers. And I'm just not understanding, after beating a dead horse for over 30 years, what pleasures are you getting out of this? The stereotyping of black women as well, coming from one of our own, is absolutely, it's just played out. It's dry and it's very antiquated. Like, every time there is a black woman who is supposedly God-fearing and appearing to be humble in his past productions, they were deemed as meek and weak and always the good girls, no type of fashions, bad wigs. But let a black woman come up on some money in one of his shows or his movies, and she is the most evil, nastiest, vile woman you ever want to come across. She's mean. She's masculine. She dominates her men, if there are any men in the scene. And Tyler Perry really gave us the business with that one. But child, although he gave us the business, oh, black man, oh, he handed it to y'all. There is absolutely no way you can sit here with a straight face and tell me that Tyler Perry does not have any one-sided beef with the black straight masculine community. It's like he's allergic to y'all. We're talking about one of your fellow brothers who looks just like you, had 100% creative control, and he did not paint any of you in a good light. He turned you into murderers, adulterers, gay, closeted bisexuals. He made you junkies. He made you pimps. He made you stupid. He, with forethought and malice, emasculated every single one of those male characters. Who exactly were these men for? Like, Tyler, exactly what are you trying to sell to your people? What story are you trying to tell about your fellow brethren? This man took this filth and he pushed it to #1 on Netflix, meaning it's not just black people who watch this. He told your story to millions and he got it wrong. So if you're ever treated less than in the world, or continually being treated less than in the world, and even though you may have a piece of coin, you can add Tyler Perry to your list of ops at this point. This was just straight up humiliating and embarrassing in the worst way. Child, he is so double-minded in the worst way. This man wants to be Martin Luther King Jr. so bad with these phony, over-the-top dramatic speeches, bragging about how he purchased this Confederate land to build his studios.
The studio was on Krog Street. Now that is Krog Street Market. And then I bought another studio, which was on Greenbrier, right near Greenbrier Mall on Continental Colony Parkway. And it was there that Barack Obama came in 2012.
Sir, you are using your studios for the detriment of your own people. It's a hollow victory at this point. Since your billionaire initiation, you stand for absolutely nothing. You're tired. We're bored. It's the twisted way you use these up-and-coming black talent for your own sick fantasies. Whatever these people are going to say about you, baby, I'm going to believe every single word that you definitely take advantage of these men. Remember this guy? Well, his name is Christian Keys, and he is a longtime elite employee of Tyler Perry. Earlier this year, he indirectly exposed Tyler Perry of some sexual and inappropriate misconduct. Take a listen.
The police report is going to be filed, and I'll turn over the recordings of the inappropriate behaviors and the inappropriate offers, and I'll turn over the paperwork for the car that was bought as an apology for offering me $100,000 to take my clothes off. And y'all can hear him. His voice is very distinctive. And I wanna empty. I'm tired of carrying this shit. There's a reason now why I fight more than ever when somebody wrongs me, and why I almost too aggressively speak up is because I wasn't brave enough to then, and I regret not being able to be strong enough, and I resent that part of me that wasn't strong enough to speak up about it. It's taking everything in me not to air out everything and put all the recordings online, put all the paperwork and the PDFs online. There's no reason that this person's company would be on the bill of sale for a vehicle unless it's right after the time-stamped recording of him offering me $100,000 to take my clothes off. He said, I don't have to touch you. I just want to see you naked. I'm like, what the
Now, I do believe everything that Christian Keys said. I think he most definitely had the receipts. However, I do not believe for 1 second it was for justice for other young men coming up after him, as he claimed later in that video. It was to come up on a check. And listen, there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. Get paid, young man, get paid. If someone is abusing their power, their authority in a way that can alter your paycheck, your lifestyle, your virtues and morals, then you deserve to hit them in their pockets because it's completely inappropriate. But don't drag other people into it, getting their hopes up that they might find justice of people who actually may have been victimized by him. And I don't think he was all choked up as he perceived to be. He is not that great of an actor, but it definitely was a calculated game that we the people could have been left out of. So yeah, at this time, I'm saying farewell to any and all content produced and written by Tyler Perry. It's been a good run, but I'm out. However, child, I will be around reporting on that 3-part Surviving Tyler Perry docuseries that's scheduled to air later this month called Maxine's Monster. Child, they already on one with that title. Until then, don't forget to please hit that like button and do me a favor and scooch on over there and lean on that subscribe button as well. Y'all have a good one.